Hello, everybody. Me again, right? I'm doing this. I'm here again, out in the woods. Different nature trail this time. I'm here again just because I had so much fun doing it last time. Or maybe not fun, but it felt really nice to get my thoughts out of my head and onto something else. Onto maybe not a physical media because this is a video, but just not bottling it up. I mean, like expelling the thoughts somehow, which was nice. So I'm here out in nature. I got another thought to think. I might just spit. Can a white boy spit his shit? I think he can. So when I was a kid, right, my dad had a lot of old VHSs, and I ended up growing up from elementary onward. I saw a lot of movies about like high school and what that kind of looked like, I guess, in the 80s and 90s. You know, I guess Super Bad, Revenge of the Nerds, Back to School, Weird Science, movies like that. I could probably think of other names if I had more time. And this kind of built up an expectation for me of like what high school was going to be like. And it's like, woo, super cool hijinks, parties all the time. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody, I don't know. Everybody talks to everybody. Everybody beats up everybody. And not like also jackass. Basically, I was raised to imagine that a lot of insane shit would happen. So I was ready. I was excited. And then I went into my first year of high school. And not a lot happened. And I was like, okay, that doesn't feel right at all. It's a bit later too. That's why it's a bit later when I'm recording this, so everything's a bit darker. More ambient. And then like there's a shadowy figure in the back, and it's like, oh, whoa, did you catch the ghost on tape or something? And then I get murdered. But anyways, I think my biggest issue as a high school student coming in was that I was kind of a Redditor. And so, Redditor, afraid to talk to people and socialize. And I think that led to a lot of problems there. So there were probably parties that were happening. I just wasn't getting invited to them, which, I mean, isn't like the worst in the world. I still had friends, still friend groups. I was just hanging out with like the furries, Grew out of that one. It's not the same now. They're fine. They're all nice people. I don't really care. It's something that's kind of followed me throughout my whole life so far. And like as I ventured into post-secondary education, was that, oh yeah, everything's gonna be crazy, this stuff's gonna be crazy, everything's going on, all this stuff. And so I was very in my shell in my first year of high school. And then I decided, and then like right as I was starting to bridge out a bit more, like boom, COVID. There goes that character arc, right? That development's no good. And then I sat on my ass and I talked through Discord to my friends. Love that app. And getting to the main point here of what I wanted to just like rant about was that I think this over-reliance on Discord kind of fucked up me and my friend group's not communication, but like it over-commodified our it made socializing a commodity, like something you could do whenever you wanted. You just go beep beep boop on the brick, and suddenly you have access to all your friends. Some of them are probably in a call you can join, and then if you're never feeling the conversation at like any point, you can just beep boop, I'm out. I don't know, that didn't feel right. And I'm feeling it a bit now too with like modern hangouts, because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like I don't enjoy hanging out with my friends or anything. I absolutely do. They're like the light at the end of this dark fucking world that I'm in right now, this shithole called Canada. No, I love Canada, but sometimes, man, I'm like expecting some hangouts to like go till, I don't know, like 3 a.m. We're gonna all feel like shit the next day. Then we're just gonna go with it anyways, right? Because that's what you do. And I think my disconnect between what I was expecting in high school and further with like parties and shit is kind of just because of like apps like Discord. Because there's no like urgency, I guess, or like scarcity to hanging out. Because, ooh, I don't even think there are bears in this area, but I'm like on the look. If this is like found footage of how I die, what a fucking thing to be ranting on, right? But look at where I'm at. That's kind of cool. Back to my point though, you don't feel like you have to stay at a hangout, or like hangouts don't have to be anything if at the end of the day you can just, oh my god, I can't whistle, right back at home. All right, we can keep hanging out just on Discord because that's more comfortable. But hanging out in person is so much more fun. And it's like, you would hang out back then. You would hang out even if you were tired, because like, fuck it, this is when everybody's meeting up. And I'm not gonna have League of Legends later tonight with the friend group online. No, this is a hangout, and it's gonna happen, and it has to happen, and I'm gonna be there because if I don't get that, then maybe, I get to talk about what happened the next time I see them, like a few days later. I mean, it's so jarring to me to like go on anything, like any piece of 90s media, like 80s, like basically just everybody having a little talk box in their pocket. And they were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna meet up here at this time. And that was it, No texting for different, once you committed, you were just kind of in it. And whether or not you're really feeling it, you were gonna go because you didn't want to be a dickhead. And then people would be like, oh, you're not punctual, I'm not gonna make plans with you anymore. Now, if at any moment preceding an event that you've already committed to, if you're not feeling anything, you can just beep boop. Oh, sorry guys, I'm not really feeling it today. I'm just gonna go. No! You would go anyways, because you're like, oh, this is my only time. Unless you're like super sick or something. You're like, this is the only time I get to hang out with my friends. So, I think another one of my issues was, though I wanted to like have these hangouts and everything, for university, I went to a commuter school, man. And this made things a lot harder because I would like go out to like university events. I would make friends, and then I would live on campus. I wouldn't commute. And then I would message them something like, hey, you want to go hang out or like go get dinner or something? And then they're like, oh, sorry, I'm at home. Fuck, right? That sucks. And I think it's just more of the same issue, right? Like, no, absolutely. I know there are studies out there that say, young people are partying less. But that's just anecdotal, like superfluous. Like, I didn't really read a study. I just heard it from a YouTube video, and now I'm taking it as truth. I think this is completely just, like, without any basis on anything. I feel like people, even at, like, commuter schools where it's, like, the idea isn't that you're really living on campus. People were still trying to stay on campus as much as you could, because that's where the people were. And you weren't going to, like, be able to hit up, I don't know, the 5 people you met at orientation whenever you want. On like Insta or something, you're like, oh shit, I gotta be on campus because that's where everything's happening. So it was much more of a like community. People were more together and just like hanging out. And I feel like I've missed out in ways. I feel like I've been maybe not robbed, but I feel like I've missed out on the experience of like, hanging out. Shit, there's a dude behind me. If I die, then where I went. Right? But whatever. I guess this is the era I'm living in right now, so you gotta adapt to that, right? I don't know. I think it's just my whole younger life, my perception of what like high school and university and like my social life would be like was built up to be this one thing, and then progressively over time I just realized that isn't what happens anymore, which is tough. And I don't think I'm the only one on this that like thinks this way. I feel like a lot of people kind of imagine what it would be like, to not have all these distractions, not have everything thrown in your face exactly at the same time. There's a big hill over there. I thought about going up it. The flies aren't as bad as the other hill. Well, I don't know. I'm probably uploading this, so tell me what you think, if you agree or not. Or maybe you can just say, Will, you're stupid. I can send my friends gay black pornography gifs on Discord, and that has to be better than anything else. And I might have to agree. Those can be funny on occasion. I don't know where the fuck I'm going, by the way. I might just turn around at some point. But I think if you really want, like, the richest friendships, I don't know, the richest friendships, the richest, like, the most fun parties, I guess, you gotta embrace the suck part of it a little bit. Because even my dad, he still hangs out with his friends. Surprising, I guess. And they still party and they talk about all this shit that was, probably illegal. But as a story, it's really funny to listen to, right? And I'm just thinking, if I could get anybody in this situation where we would be doing that, that'd be kind of blessed. But I don't think that's happening. And two, people got phones now, right? There's a little camera in everybody's pocket. It's like, it's the death of stupid shit. Because, what if someone takes a video, posts it, and it gets traction, and then suddenly your two little sugar lumps are online, and you're teabagging the, electric fence because you're drunk, and it's 5 a.m., and you're on a farmland for some reason. That's how she rolls, right? That's the difference between you and me, though. I'm nothing like y'all. I'm teabagging that fence anyways, because I think it'd be really funny. I'm trying to think if I have any more points here. I kind of imagine I've grown up to be a really boring person. Because while I was able to play games online with my friends, do whatever, I pushed going out and doing things with my friends. Look at how big this tree is. That's a really cool tree. I pushed getting things done with my friends that were maybe not the wisest thing. I pushed that to the side because I wanted to do the Call of Duty Zombies Easter egg revelations. Got to get the earthworm in the right spot or whatever. The shit. I don't even remember any of that. And, maybe like the 5 million Reddit threads I was going through in first year of high school wasn't that great, I don't have any, like, funny stories, mostly from, like, high school. I have, what I did in high school? I went to school. I didn't pay attention because I didn't have an attention span. And then I'd come home. I'd fucking crank the hog 5 times, probably. And then I'd stay up late, telling myself that I'm going to do homework, and then I would never do it. And then I'd go to bed. And, I didn't have to... I think I'm really smart. I just never apply myself. Because, I was able to get to, like, a, I guess, mid-tier university. All just, like, shitting my way through high school. Doing, like, the bare minimum to get by. And I'm really good at doing the bare minimum now. Just not really good at doing a lot. Like I should. Like a good boy, And I think my life is boring. I have, thinking about it, like maybe 2 good stories about myself to tell anybody. And it's like, the reason we have stories is because it's fun to share things that happened to yourself with other people. And I got my one-hit wonder, which who knows, maybe one day I'll say it on video. I don't know if I really will. But I don't know. I just want to do stupid shit with my friends. All within the realm of the law, right? And I want to have things that I can look back on when I'm old. That isn't just, stepmom gets stuck in a dryer machine. Am I making sense? It's getting dark. You can barely even see my face. I know video compression on YouTube's gonna do some ass to this. That's okay. I don't know, man. I feel like life feels kind of boring, and I mean, in some ways, that's kind of nice, right? Like, for the vast majority of human history, we were scraping by, like basically just living to try and make it to tomorrow. And now I got jerkmate, and I can sit on my ass all day and get fed 3 meals, drink clean water whenever I want, and get shit flushed away in a magical tube. So I guess even if it's boring, it's not like bad, I guess. But I feel like I'm doing nothing. And I feel like it's mainly because of these digital conveniences that have been thrust upon me, and that I have adopted, and that the people around me have adopted. And it's led people to be non-committal in a lot of ways. And I don't know. I'm afraid that if I ever have a kid and they're like, Daddy, what happened? What was it like when you were a kid? I'll have the memories of things that I did before I had like an iPad, and then it's kind of just a blank slate from there. Oh my God, it got a lot brighter. Look at this. This is cool. I just fear that things will be a blur. Because I was too content with Reddit Am I the Asshole threads to maybe be the asshole myself once or twice. You dig? That could be VOD potential. I could get a Reddit gold. Oh shit. Oh my God, that's an owl. That was a fucking owl. Right in front of me. Oh my God. Next I'm gonna get like a bear, and then I'm gonna get mauled to death. So, you know what? I've enjoyed talking. It's nice to get these things off of my chest. But a white boy thinks he's gonna end the video and focus on getting back to his car before things get a little bit like a tree fell on the road. I don't know if the video picked that up that well, but I'm fucking cooked if I don't get out of here soon. So, goodbye. Thank you for watching, if you do watch all the way. Yeah.